taskbar is. We're going to bump that up a bit. And if you guys have not heard of Conquest of Azeroth, look up Project Ascension. They do like a classless server. That's where they kind of blew up, and then they bought out a bunch of the private servers around a lot of the main ones, and they kind of just condensed them into a really solid team working on a bunch of different projects. Conquest of Azeroth totally grabbed my attention. It really feels like it is just a new version of WoW, a new and improved version. I love it. The Reaper class is like a Blood Death Knight mixed with a Rogue. One of two classes that I found so far that has like a dedicated stealth mechanic to it. It's really fun, it's really interesting, and it's something that I can get behind because I love stealth classes. I also love classes with pets and minions. They have a necromancer for people that like that as well. Just a heads up, the AI on that is a bit wonky. I'm not crazy about it. It's actually why I switched classes until they get the AI straightened out. But they'll be going live with Conquest of Azeroth very soon, in a few months. Until then, the open beta is open for a few more days, I think over the weekend, and then all the characters will be merged over to the Rexar server, which is their alpha server. You can either buy it for in-game gold on their main servers or buy it online. I bought it online and definitely got my money's worth out of that so far. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. We're just going to be doing a rundown on all the classes. I'm going to be leveling up each one throughout and making VODs on them, and then at the end of the leveling process, I'm going to condense all them into like a 20 to 30 minute video guide and overview of each class. I'm super excited to see how that turns out. For anybody new or watching the VODs, go ahead and drop a comment or a message seeing what classes you'd like to see next. But we are leveling a Reaper in the Harvest spec, so the two-handed spec. Steals life essentially, and pretty tanky. Lots of good DPS coming out of it. Let's go ahead and jump into a PvP match and see how it goes. What's neat is that on the server so far, I've had great luck. Look, see, Battleground popped on a private server. I mean, I'm level 16, but it's super well populated already, and even the alpha server is super populated, which is always good to see. Alright, let's get it going. Well, we gotta buff everybody up. Alright, we're gonna go mines. I think we're going to mines. Yeah. So I'm no expert at PvP in World of Warcraft, so if you're tuning in, don't expect to see, the whole meta, presented in front of you. I'm kind of just going with the flow and seeing how it pans out. At a certain point in retail WoW, I did get deep into arenas. I think it was Warlords of Draenor when Disc Priests did a bunch of damage as they healed. That was my go-to. And then others, I played Death Knights and mages and rogues, of course. I've pretty much mained like every class you can imagine in regular World of Warcraft, and that's probably why I love this so much, because it's so unique. The classes are so new, everything's custom made. The classes, the talents, the animations, the spell effects, like oh, I didn't want to pick that up quite yet. Alright, whatever. Let's see where everybody else is going. Let's go pop her head up around here. But you guys will see in just a second what I'm talking about in the custom spells and abilities. Ooh, hopefully we can actually get to them. So one of the main abilities for the Reaper is gonna be their Scythe Rush, and you can use it like back to back to back as long as there's an enemy between 8 and 25 yards. Can't use it on the same person within a 10-second window, but in PvE it's incredibly smooth when you go to a zone to go collect 10 or whatever, or kill 15 or whatever. It's really nice in that sense. We're gonna use it right here. Could not get the rush off in time. Still working out the kinks on the rotation, but it is fun nonetheless. And I'm not sure what level they were, but clearly like that healer could out heal the damage I was doing there. I forgot that I unlocked an interrupt and a silence for 4 seconds, which is super good. Is this not ours? What the heck? Oh, they must have already clicked it. Okay, so let's go back up here. Let's see where they're headed. Okay, so that's the only one they haven't gotten yet. Oh, oh! Gosh, I wanted to scythe rush him. There we go. Just stunned him, hit him with that, there we go. And you'll see, what's going on in combat? Oh gosh, there's a rogue! There's a rogue! Bro, come back! He's gonna gank me! Alright, where are they headed? They're headed to the farm. That's how bad I don't know this map. It's been so long since I played at Arathi Basin. Oh, there's some people down here, so let's go ahead and help out down here. Make sure they don't recapture this. Baby girl, I'm coming for you. Here we go. Oh, you just went in. Okay. He got me good. It was another Reaper. Level 19. Might be geared out. But nonetheless, that just goes to show you how strong the Reapers are. I am not geared by any means. I mean, I have a regular belt on. I just kind of jumped into this. The last PvP match I played, I was level 11 when I jumped in and got to level 16. That's where I'm at right now. I might have done a dungeon right after it, but it is quite fast to level into PvP if you guys choose to go that route. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. We got Farticer. Let's see if we can go get him real quick. He's going to be a healer. We just got to get... Oh, gosh. Darn it. We're running from that guy. That's the level 9 Reaper. 19 Reaper again. He got me good. I do not have that. He was using Spectre mode. I need to use that in stealth. The Spectre mode, or Spectre Stride, why did I say mode? Spectre Stride is essentially you teleport behind him and shoot him for 61 damage, but I don't know where he got that stun from. Oh, he's using Soul Shock on me. Okay, so we gotta use that. So let's go back over here, see what they're getting into. It's 2 of them. Gosh, that Reaper is deadly. Knows what he's doing for sure. Yeah, I'm no pro at PvP. It is fun, and I'm super interested in getting good at PvP with this character. But unfortunately, I'm not a master at the character yet. Alright, so let's go ahead. Good job, guys. We got him. It took 3 of us, but we got him. Alright, what do we got up here? It's just gosh, the Reaper got me again. How did this Reaper get here? Trying to back away to use the Scythe Rush to get a little bit of health. So that Scythe Rush will give 5% of health back, I believe. It does not say in the tooltip that it does damage on it, but it does a significant amount of damage when it makes contact at the end of that rush. But I need to figure out how. I imagine somewhere between 17 and 19 I'm going to get an additional stun there that Reaper's using. But the Reaper class does completely feel like it was almost designed for PvP in essence. I mean, you know, life stealing, stealth, stuns, interrupts. It's got the whole kit there. So where we want to go. And it's nice because, like, you see down here, I'm getting glory for every kill. I do believe they have a, you know, an honor level system just like back in the day. You know, scout, private, corporal, general, whatever, just leveling that up all the way to like, not war chief, I forget the top tier on there, but it's going to be cool to see what they do with the PvP once this does fully launch in a couple months. Let's go try to help this guy out. Can't stealth now. We can hit that rush again. Gosh, come on, rush, 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 rush. Stunned him. Good job. Alright, so I'm gonna stick with these guys because it looks like their Reaper is sticking with one of the healers. Their healers, I should say, which is, I just can't solo them together. The healer can almost out-heal me by himself. I'm not sure exactly what level that healer was. Oh, we got some guys over here. Let him run, rush him. Gosh, he got me. Okay, so we can rip souls. Just got overwhelmed there, but I was able to heal a little bit. And that's what I like about this class. You know, it reminds me of the Blood Death Knight. I don't know if current retail Blood Death Knights do the same gimmick, but, you know, doing the damage, you get heals. There's actually a skill in here, and it might be a talent, but it heals for 20% of damage and mana, but on my crits, I believe it only procs. So 20% of my crits regenerates mana and health of that same value. So I imagine, you know, crit building on this character with that talent would be a must, of course. Again, you know, I have no good armor. I have a decent two-hander polearm, but aside from that, you know, I'm not geared out by any means. I'm sure some of these guys are twinked out a bit. Can we get in here and help? Gosh, I was so close to getting him. Oh, jeez Louise. Alright, that's okay. They're doing decent heals. We live and we learn. Well, we die and we learn. Then we revive. Alright, so... lumber mill. See what's going on over there. We are in the lead, but we're down a base. It looks like that one's going to transition relatively soon. And lumber mills looks like it is contested with three of our guys over there. Blacksmith, I mean, they're trying to take it, but they got a whole gang. I'm not going to be able to take that by myself. So we're just going to head up here, see what's going on, see if they're in a fight, see if we can't lend a hand or a sword or a polearm. Oh, they've got it taken care of. We got some people down at the bridge here fighting. Don't want to jump off that cliff because that will just put us in a bad spot right away. Alright, I think we can make a solid push here. We're going to get him down. Okay, so we just leveled up. We got some new spells. Ghastly Screech, Whisper of the Lost. Not sure what those do. Alright, let's get this guy. Let's find that healer. Need to time that interrupt perfect. I don't know if that's his dragon that's healing, but let's go kill that dragon, see if maybe that's what's causing this. There we go. This guy just got him in like Fell Swarm just got him in like one fell swoop. Fell Swarm with the fell swoop. Getting that. See what else is going on. Losing. We're gonna head back up there. I want to see what those new abilities are that we got. We are now a scout. There we go. There's that honor system coming into play. I don't see it here though. Do you guys? Whatever, we'll worry about it after the match. Here we go. Is this that 19 level Reaper? Gosh, he's gonna shit on my... Yep, he got me good. I mean, he's got 50% more health than me. He's definitely got some gear on me. Alright, let's try to take a look at those skills we unlocked. Ghastly Screech, silencing all enemies within 8 yards for 5 seconds. Yeah, that's nice. We want that. There we go. That's going to help us take out that healer now. 75 shadow damage at the end of the duration. 8 yards for 5 seconds. Okay, so on that, on top of Withering Touch, having those two, that's an interrupt. This is going to be a silence. That's going to be key in... Oh, there we go. Alright, how do we do? We didn't get any captures, but it's alright. 1,000 in healing. That guy's healing is insane. Did decent damage there. I mean, what was that other Reaper? What was his name? Probably this guy, Block with Face. Wait, no, that's us. Oh, that's probably him. 16,000. That's nuts. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the rest of these spells that we got. Alright, so we already talked about Ghastly Screech. Whisper of the Lost. Distract enemies in a target area with a faint whisper, attracting the attention of all nearby. Okay, so we already know what that is. That's Distract from Rogue. Did we get anything else new? I don't believe so. Okay, no, yeah. So we got that silence, that AOE silence, which is just insane. That's awesome. 1.5 minute cooldown on it, but still 5 second silence in 8 yards. Is that in a cone? No, it's in circular. Okay, that's fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and now we have a title. Let's go ahead and do a dungeon. Take a look at dungeon here for us, and then we can go ahead and start getting quests for here. I think we have to go to Camp Mohachi. Yeah, so let's go ahead and head that way. Gosh, why am I drawing a blank where the flight path is here? I'm so used to having flying mounts. I feel like it's somewhere up this way. No, I feel like it's up there. God, it's been so long since I've actually played like regular World of Warcraft or been in Orgrimmar for that matter. So there's also something called high risk in this game, which is really nice. So high risk PvP means like anybody can attack anybody. It's purely optional, not something you have to do. But it's going to drop special materials for special crafting recipes for PvP gear, and then depending on the area, you can actually drop items in your inventory. You can insure them as well. So like the gear on you, you can insure that with an NPC, and then instead of that gear dropping, it drops like 30-something gold or something for the person that killed you. But super cool system how they did that. I have not actually tried it out yet though. Has this always been like this? I just don't remember coming up this way for a flight path. But again, last time I've been in Orgrimmar, I was on a flying mount way back in the day. I feel like this is where the Zeppelin was. No. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I thought that was just a... God, it tells you where to go. And I did unlock all the waypoints. It was part of the bundle that I bought for the alpha access. So you can, there's different tiers to buy that alpha access. And I bought the one that was like $35. Came with a bunch of cosmetics and like helpful bits, quality of life improvements and stuff like that. And makes the game just a bit easier. Extra bags. Codex, profession codexes allows you to get more than, the starting profession, which right now in the Misha server is deactivated. So if you guys go and get those codexes, unfortunately you can't use them in the Misha server, but at the end of the open beta, when they get transferred over to the Rexar server, the closed alpha server, you can use them there. Oh, did I just bug out the game? I think I did. I think I bugged it out. How did we not get any talent points for leveling up? It is not going through. So we're gonna have to Alt F4 this. Maybe there's a bug when flying and entering a dungeon queue. Don't do that, maybe. And maybe I should have known that. Oh, hey, Mini Lord. Sorry I missed your chat message. I don't know if you're still in here, but thanks for joining. I'm just relaunching the game because it crashed on me trying to join a battleground. Or not a battleground, a dungeon, and I was in a flight path. Okay, so in case anybody missed this, this is the open beta server, Misha. You want to make sure you're in the PTR client if you do go to play it, because if you're in the live client and go into that server, it will bug out a bunch. So it will not end well. I actually had a guy in the group last night who was in the live client on the open beta server, and he couldn't equip any of his gear. He was the healer too, so it just ended up in a mess of things. Okay, so we're still in the group. That's good. Let's go ahead and see if we can get in there now. Alright, so let's go ahead and catch up to them without pulling mobs, because that's going to be bad. Oh, luckily we have stealth. So the Reaper class has stealth. It's like a rogue blood death knight hybrid with pretty decent AoE, very good single target, of course, and they heal themselves through their damage. The crit talent that I had shown gives 20% of your health and mana, 20% of the crit as health and mana regen right away, which is super nice. And then this rush is really good. Builds up the souls that we need. So see this bar, you need 3 reaped souls, and 3 soul fragments equals 1 reaped soul. And then that unlocks, like Shutter Scythe, which is a rapid strike heal, or the Rend ability. What do you say? And then we can actually take from that body. So that rush is spammable on multiple enemies as long as they're at least 8 yards away. You just can't use it on the same enemy twice in 10 seconds. Oh, we're pulling. We're doing it. Use that AoE silence we just learned in that battleground. Go ahead and pop some of this AoE here. We can go rush back in. Oh, they got me. They snagged me on the death. We ain't got the heals. Are we gonna get a res? Are they gonna be able to kill him? Oh, we just wiped. We're not overzealous. I'm pretty sure the tank pulled that. Okay, where did we get this speed buff from? But I like it. What do we got here? We can't do that yet. Ooh, we hit a fire. Got unstealthed. Okay, so just a quick rundown on the skills again. We have Crow's Harvest, it's the AoE for right now. We have Doom Rend, that's just a rend ability. We have Wraith Blade, that's going to ignore any armor and invulnerability, great for PvP. Murder of Crows is just going to be the dot, and then our resource builder right there. Thor's getting mad. But Tank is just going in with super low health. Not sure why. Why are we still pulling? People need help. I imagine some of these people playing the open beta are new. And for anybody that's just joining in, we're playing Conquest of Azeroth, Project Ascension's open beta right now. And then that'll be closed, I think, next Monday. But their closed alpha you can buy on their site, or you can get it in game on their main servers through the auction house. I went ahead and bought the alpha just because it was like $35, and I've definitely gotten plenty of money's worth. But that epic ring had intellect. We don't need it. We do need some new gear though. And we're playing the Reaper class tonight. It's been super fun so far. Super sturdy. Once I get a bit more gear, we'll probably have a better chance in PvP. So hopefully we get some good drops in this dungeon. I haven't gotten into too much luck because I have been leveling pretty fast. They have an XP modifier on the servers. I think it's naturally 1.5, and you can opt for like potions and stuff, and you can get to 60 or max level very quickly. But I like to kind of take my time with it, and then I'll be building, a video on the class overviews after I get to cap level on each of these different classes. I'm starting with the Reaper, and then we'll probably be going on to the Life Primalist, which is a combat healer. So let's see, let's do this. So those other classes DPS seem to be insane, which is really cool. I'm curious to see what they're playing. I do believe everybody's higher level than me in this group because there's level scaling for it all. Oh, we got more ads. Let's pick them up. Alright. Oh, dungeon over. Did we get anything good? Go away! Achievements. I want to see the gear. Alright, we got the Rock Pounder. That's crit strike rating by 8. That's fantastic for what we need, because my crits proc 20% damage of crits is giving me health and mana regen back. Let's see if we got that. We did get the Rock Pounder. Fantastic. Alright, that's awesome. Let's see where our crits landing at now. We're just at 6.5%. That's alright. Let's go ahead and leave this dungeon and queue up for another one. Or if you guys want to see PvP match, let me know. It's probably going to be the last one for the night, just because during the week I have a short time to stream, just about an hour every night after work. Any input from anybody? If not, I'm just going to queue up for this other dungeon. Let's see. We did level up into a scout. I feel like this is not. I mean, we're not level 1 anymore, right? We leveled up to scout because we got the title with the honor. I don't know where the honor is. Oh, honor points right there. Doesn't tell us what our next combat rank would be. Oh, dungeon it is. Okay. Let's go ahead, pop that queue. And so on these servers, a lot of private servers don't have like heavy populations, but I mean, you can see in this leveling zone, there's a handful of people, and these queues are popping very fast. It was almost insta queue for the PvP. So Conquest of Azeroth, I feel like it's gonna have a great population when it does launch live. It'll be free to play when it does come out in a few months. Right now it's just free for the week, and then if you've purchased the alpha access, all your characters on this open beta server will be transferred to the alpha access realm, and then when it goes live, they'll all be wiped and reset. But it's so far been super fun. I've had a blast playing this every single time. Like I want to try all the classes at once, and that's just not realistic, you know. But I've tried the Necromancer so far. That was super fun. I love minion builds, minion classes, or things with pets. My only gripe about that is that the AI just on the Necromancer minions is super wonky. So, for instance, if I was to like go into this building and there's a set of stairs, right? If I were to go up those stairs and start attacking something, the archers, they would run out of the house to shoot them. And then that, of course, pulls extra mobs, extra ads that nobody wants. And being a cloth wearer as a necromancer, you die very often. So I decided to go for the Reaper class on the open beta. I figured it's going to be a heavy population to get into PvP and get a good feel for that. And so far, yeah, it's been awesome. But I think I'm going to do the Life Primalist next, which is it's a melee combat healer. And similar to, I guess, would it be the Mistweaver Monk back in Mist? I think would be safe to say. But it's sort of like a Geomancer Shaman healer with, you know, dual wielding. Oh, 11 strength though. Is that going to be better than my crit? Let's see what it looks like. Nah. I feel like I'm mainly edgy on this. No, we are strength. Yeah, we want agility for that crit base. Then we can backtrack, use the Scythe Rush again. The Scythe Rush is just so overpowered. It does damage and heals you. It doesn't say damage in the tooltip, but it's there. Because when I'm just soloing PvE content, you pretty much one-shot a mob, Scythe Rush to the next mob, and just, you know, rinse and repeat. And then when you're stealth, there's sort of like Shadow Step. It's called Spectre Stride. You shoot a Spectre at them, and then you teleport behind them and do damage with that Spectre, which is really cool. But I keep finding myself using the Scythe Rush more so than I use the teleport, just because I feel like Scythe Rush does more damage, which is weird. And it might be bugged, so that might be why. That AoE silence. Get some better boots. I mean, technically, but I don't want to need those because I don't necessarily need them. Don't hurt the horses! Don't hurt the horses! So the AoE is nice because it's got 3 charges, and it looks like you can recuperate the charges with attacks. I don't think that says it in the tooltip. Just says, 6-second recharge, so you get 3 every 18 seconds. That's still nice. The AoE is pretty strong, and for every 1 hit, it grants you a reaped soul, and 3 reaped souls allows for one of your big abilities to be used. So you hit 3 people, you get an instant ability. I feel like a lot of cloth is dropping. pretty decent DPS. I mean, that one dude's doing 500 DPS. That's insane. But it's still pretty good. And we need two-hand for this spec. All the abilities do require two-hand, so we can't grab that Baron Scepter as much as I want to. The other spec does do dual wielding, but I didn't pick it because it didn't seem like the talents it sampled had as much healing involved, and I was, you know, more interested in getting into PvP and healing. I feel like this rage is bugged too. The single target damage on, like, in dungeons and stuff, the DPS is just not quite there, but we can interrupt that. And it very well could just be I'm blacking an immense amount of stats. Killing this. Oh, I don't think we can kill them, actually. Strength stem. I don't need the intellect. I can't need that. I just don't feel right.